Good morning, folks. So, I don't know how many of y'all are really thrilled with the price of gas. I know I'm not. We're seeing record numbers here in the Midwest for gas prices. Uh, Now, I just read an article out in California, and I think it's Mendocino County. One station out there is charging $9.60 a gallon for gas. I don't know how they sleep at night, you know? Gas prices being the way they are, that and diesel, it's going to make it much, much harder on the supply chain to get products to and from, you know, destinations. We're not going to be able to continue like this. Inflation, especially our fuel price inflation, has just gone up exponentially. And it's amazing how, we went from, like a $2 average just 2 years ago to where we're at now, paying anywhere from to almost $10 a gallon. I don't know how many of you all can basically really afford to live at this point. I don't know how you can afford to make it to work. I mean, if you're like me, and not a lot of people are, obviously, but I live like roughly 30 to 45 minutes from any nearest town. Okay. And when I say town, I don't mean just a little township where there's a gas station or what have you. I mean a town where there's a Walmart or a McDonald's or, one of those modern conveniences that we're so used to having. I don't have any of that here. So my nearest convenience uh, is about 4 miles away, and everything out there has been basically inflated long before this, the economy has done what it's done. Long before that. I mean, they've been jacking their prices up for years. So, probably since they started these businesses out here. And I don't blame them. I mean, I get it. The, you know, your ability to go down and get something for, $2 at Walmart versus out here where it's going to cost you $2.75 to $3. That's one thing. I get that, but the way things are going now, I think the majority of businesses should be keeping their prices roughly about the same. It doesn't matter the location, doesn't matter, the availability. Uh, we're all Americans. If you live here, you're an American. I don't care if you're from India. I don't care if you're from Mexico. I don't care if you're from Canada. I don't care if you're from Japan or China. If you're living here, under whatever a citizenship, visa, temporary visa, consider yourself an American. I mean, unless you have ideologies that differ from the majority here. If you go against American traditional values and things like that, you know, that's one thing. But for the most part, if you live here and you consider this home, you're an American. So, business owners, just for the time being, I mean, try to drop some of your prices for some of the folks who cannot afford, certain products or services for that matter. Uh, I'm not, I don't want to sound, I don't know, needy. I mean, I'm not. I'm just kind of throwing it out there. There are folks out there who do not have the means to be able to pay what they're asking for right now. And it's getting to the point where, if this gets any worse, prices of food keep going up, the availability of certain foods keep going down. A lot of folks are going to starve. They're not going to make it through this if it gets to that point. There are other countries, diplomats, scientists, even food production plant owners. They are saying that by the end of this year, this food shortage and inflation could be catastrophic. And I believe that. All right. So just everybody needs to start taking care of everybody else in a way. I don't mean just go out and start taking care of your neighbors or start taking care of, people on the street. I mean, if you have a community, then make sure you contribute. Make sure everybody's contributing. Because in the end, it's not you will end up probably depending on somebody else. I don't care how long you've prepped, you're probably going to end up depending on somebody else at some point for something. Make sure you have many, many barter items, because we're going to go back to a time when bartering was key, where, if I had this, I needed this, you had this, I have this, you want this, I'm going to give it to you for that. So it all kind of boils down to a community. I would definitely start building yours today. So, anyhow, stay informed, stay prepared, and stay free, because it's not going to last forever. Later, folks.